let's talk about something so many of us think about, the journey to a healthier weight. But what if that goal we're all chasing, that number on the scale, what if it isn't the whole story? We're going to explore not just how to lose weight in a healthy way, but also why we really need to understand its very real and very important limitations. So this really brings us to the big question, right? For so long, we've been taught to just zero in on that number. But is it really the ultimate measure of our well-being? Let's just hold that question in our minds, because the answer might completely change how you think about health.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Why do we even start this journey in the first place? The reasons are often super personal and totally completely understandable.
And these motivations, wow, they're powerful. On one hand, there's this really smart drive for better physical health, to lower the risk of serious stuff like diabetes. But on the other hand, there's that desire to just feel more confident in our own skin. And of course, connecting it all is the huge influence of social media and the world around us. It's really important to know that all of these are valid reasons to start. So now that we've kind of covered the why, let's get into the how. What does a truly healthy approach to all this actually look like? Well, a genuinely healthy path is built on these 4 pillars. I mean it. Forget the extremes, forget the quick fixes. This is all about creating habits that actually stick. It's about feeding our bodies good food, moving them regularly, getting enough sleep and water, and, this is a big one, being patient with ourselves. And speaking of patience, let's talk numbers for a sec. A safe, healthy, and actually sustainable rate of weight loss is about 0.5 kilo to 1 kilo a week. That's it. I know it might not sound like a lot compared to what some fad diets promise, but this is the pace that leads to real, lasting change, not just a quick rebound. Okay, so we've laid out the healthy path. But this is where the journey takes a really crucial turn. We have to talk about the limits, the real, scientific boundaries that are a part of everyone's story. What's so interesting about this is how it shows what we think should happen versus what actually does. We expect this perfect, straight line down on the scale, right? But the reality is, progress slows down, it plateaus. We think anyone can look a certain way if they just try hard enough, but science tells us our genetics and body type play a massive role. And it's not just about willpower. Our own biology and our environment are huge factors. Let's dig into these limits a little more. Your genes, your DNA, that's your personal blueprint. It has a huge say in your metabolism and your natural body shape. It's why we're all so different. And that dreaded plateau, that's a real biological response from your body. Trying to push through it too hard can just lead to burnout or even injury. And look, these aren't personal failures. They're just simple facts of being human. So here's the official definition. The plateau effect is just your body adapting. It's gotten really efficient at your new routine. It's not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's actually a sign your body is super smart and has adjusted. Honestly, just understanding this can take so much of the frustration out of the whole process. And we absolutely have to talk about the mental side of this. A super intense focus on weight can so easily spiral into an obsession, and that just creates stress and anxiety. And comparing our own progress to perfectly curated pictures online, it can just crush our self-esteem. The pressure can feel enormous, which is why protecting our mental health is every single bit as important as our physical health. So if the number on the scale has its limits, what should we be focusing on instead? This is where we can explore a new and I think much more empowering way to think about what being healthy really means. And this brings us to what might be the most crucial point of all. So just let it sink in for a second. You can be healthy even if you are not slim. True health isn't measured by the size on a clothing tag. It's measured in your energy, your strength, your vitality. The real goal is overall wellness, not hitting some magic number. Okay, with this new perspective, let's totally reframe our goals. Think of this as your practical guide, your new playbook for focusing on what really matters, true holistic wellness. Instead of one giant, intimidating weight goal, how about we focus on small, achievable habits? Let's celebrate the fact that you went for a walk or added more veggies to dinner. Let's ditch the quick fixes. And maybe most importantly, let's change the way we talk to ourselves. Let's practice appreciating what our bodies can do, not just how they look. And hey, remember, it's always a sign of strength to ask for help from a professional when you need it. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Think of true health like a 3-legged stool. It's supported equally by what you eat, how you move, and how you feel mentally. Body size, that's just one little piece of a much bigger, more beautiful puzzle. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. After everything we've talked about today, how will you measure your own health tomorrow? Will it be by how you feel when you wake up? By your energy levels? By a sense of calm? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me on this one.